In this video, I'm going to celebrate 1 year on YouTube by telling you 5 games to watch out for in the next year. Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. So today is officially my 1 year anniversary of being on YouTube, and in that time I've amassed over 70,000 views and around 1,250 subscribers, and it's gone way better than I could have ever hoped for. First off, I just want to thank all of my subscribers, all of my viewers, and everyone that's kind enough to leave comments in the videos. If it wasn't for you guys and the interaction I get, I'm not really sure I would have still been going 12 months later after that first video. In celebration of that, I'm going to tell you 5 games that I'm watching out for in the next 12 months, and hopefully there'll be 1 or 2 that you're not aware of. First on the list is Wild West Exodus by Warcradle Studios. Now, Wild West Exodus isn't a new game per se, however, the second edition or the new version of Wild West Exodus has just been released. Warcradle seem to be doing a really good job with the presentation of the game, and everything I'm watching online really seems to be piquing my interest. This could be a quiet one in the background and maybe something I'll pick up in the very near future. Second is Shadespire from Games Workshop. Now, I'm sure there's probably not many people out there who are not aware of Shadespire. However, Games Workshop seem to have sort of brought around a game that I wasn't sure about at first, but it's definitely again piqued my interest. What does make it interesting for me are these quarterly gaming packs that they seem to be releasing, along the lines of how Fantasy Flight do with their IPs for Star Wars, for example, and X-Wing, which will see us being able to win alternative art cards or acrylic tokens to go with the game. I think if this one's handled correctly, it can really see some interest growing in the next 12 months. Third up is Kings of War Vanguard. I recently did a video which showed my thoughts on the alpha rules for that, and the Kickstarter just went live yesterday. Now, there may have been a few teething issues in the early part of the Kickstarter where people haven't been quite sure of whether they should have been a 2-player set or a 1-player set, or whether they saw the value in it. But I think once we get over these initial hurdles, this Kickstarter will really start to ramp up, and when we see the value come through in the stretch goals, this will be a game to watch at the end of 2018 when it eventually releases to retail. I think I'll certainly be back in this one, and I think we'll certainly see some videos on the channel in the next 12 months. A bit of a cheating one here for number 4, and this is Time of Legends Joan of Arc. Now, the reason it is a bit of a cheat is actually it's not due to release until December 2018, so technically it's not in the next 12 months. But the reason I bring it up is that it's still at Kickstarter stage at the moment, where it's got about 8 days left to go, and it's currently reached its £100,000 funding goal and absolutely smashed through that to over £1 million now. What makes this game really interesting is it seems like a real mix between board game and miniatures game, or miniatures wargaming even. The quality of the models look absolutely fantastic. They're on a smaller scale than we're used to, so they're not at that 28mm range, but the detail is unbelievable. It also comes with some terrain in there, uses very interesting sort of hex-based card tiles, which you can make up your game board. There's some player dashboards, which look really interesting, and it just seems to have a mechanic I've not really seen before in a game. So if you're interested, head across to their Kickstarter too, and it'd certainly be one to watch at the end of next year. Lastly, I couldn't end a roundup of the next 12 months without mentioning Star Wars Legion from Fantasy Flight Games. I'm pretty sure everybody's aware of this game, but for those that aren't, this is a miniatures game which is full scale, not just a skirmish game, based upon the Star Wars legacies. This for me is my number 1 game for 2018, and I haven't even played it yet. I'm just such a big Star Wars fan that I can't wait to get my hands on it. So the remainder of 2017 and into next year 2018 looks a very exciting time for the miniatures game, and that's not to mention all of the things that are already out there. Games like The Walking Dead, that we mustn't forget is only 1 year old as well. We've got things like Guild Ball that really seem to be going from strength to strength. Malifaux seems to be making a little bit of a resurgence locally too, and that's an interesting one to keep an eye on. So many miniatures games, and that's without even mentioning Warhammer 40k, without mentioning Necromunda, without mentioning Age of Sigmar. There's just so much choice in the miniature games at the moment. So let me know down in the comments, what are your games to watch out for in the next 12 months? What will you be playing? And I'll see you in the next video and over the next 12 months. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you soon.